Welcome to the channel and welcome to the south of France. We're here in Montpellier, where the weather is not what it usually is by the Mediterranean Sea. And actually this is only my third flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Just trying to update the cockpit now that Sim Update 4 is out. And we're gonna try a flight that I did actually yesterday with FO JDUB, and we had a lot of fun due to the weather. We were looking for bad weather, and bad weather we got. So let's get in the cockpit real quick. So welcome to the cockpit of our Airbus A320. We're parked here at Montpellier, and we were looking for bad weather. It seems like the whole area was soaked in some pretty severe storms, as you can see. So we'll see how the kind of atmospheric sky weather looks like in 2024. Might actually do the flight later on in 2020 to compare. In that case I would have to use Activesky here. Was able to kind of rewind the clock by close to 24 hours. That's the weather from yesterday. So anyway, I do have GSX installed, so we should be able to get things going. Let's get boarding started, and we'll use Alizia. Yeah, that sounds good. Alright, we'll also be using SayIntentions, both for the cabin crew and for the ATC. It might inject a little bit of traffic to make things a little bit more realistic. I have not yet linked my traffic library, so for now we might get generic models here and there, but that's the early stage of setting up everything. Okay, let's quickly get meter, although I'm not sure if SayIntention knows that we switch time and what kind of weather we have here. Well, we'll see. While that is going, okay, GSX is talking to us, that's good. We're fully fueled as far as I can tell. Yes, we were 6.3 tons, so why don't we turn on the fuel pumps, seat belts, nav logo, auto, that's all good, ground control checked. Completed? Well, we know we're in France. So here we go. In it, that looks all good. So we're gonna be flying EasyJet, so easy for a Charlie Tango. For now I'll put a cost index of 20. And I think I've saved the flight plan from yesterday. So we've done a flight since then, so I had to update in SimBrave so that I would get the flight plan loaded. But here on my handy dandy tablet with Navigraph I should have the old flight plan. We were 280, yeah, 280. I think we asked for a little higher because we were surfing the top of the clouds, and although we didn't experience a lot of turbulence, I would think it would have been pretty turbulent. So that's that done. For some reason the ATIS doesn't seem to be coming through. Alright, well, let's just call ground. I don't think there's clearance delivery here to get our flight plan. I don't know what information we have, but that's fine. And we are Delta 6, I think. Montpellier ground, bonjour. Easy for Charlie Tango, type A320 at stand. Delta 6, looking for IFR clearance to Bastia. That's something I forgot to mention. We are going to Bastia, the Ile de Beauté, the beautiful island, Corsica. Okay, as with the constraint, we are in Europe, so I should have switched that back to hectopascal.
Charlie Tango, clear to Bastia, via the Marie 7 Lema departure runway 12 left, initial climb to 4000, departure on 127.28 squawk, 1766.
We're clear to Bastia via the Mari 7 Lima departure. Departure runway is 12 left. Initial climb to 4000. Departure frequency of 127.28 and we'll squawk 1766 easy for Charlie Tango. 766. That's in the box. Alright, wonderful. So we can enter 12 left via the Mari 7 Lima. Where's that? Mari 7 Lima departure. Whoa, man, the weather is actually worse. Yesterday I thought this weather had kind of passed through. I think Activesky, I'm only using Activesky for the weather radar, so I kind of hate flying in weather like this and not having any return on the weather scope. So secondary flight plan. Yesterday my info did a fantastic job putting an EO SID, putting a return to the field. I'm gonna be lazy and just copy what we have in it. B will do the block at 6.2. Let's round that down. We get the data in terms of our zero fuel weight. More trusty EFB 56 ton and 27.9. 56. Wonder if you have to put the zero. I don't think so. Nope. Winds. What were the winds doing yesterday? Minus 21. Alright. Well, you can't win them all. Okay, our alternate is Nice, and we seriously considered that yesterday. Extra, we'll do a route reserve 0.7, final 1, that's all good. Although we might have a different number of passengers today than on the initial flight plan. Hold on. Yeah, we were 128 yesterday. So that's actually close to full with the ProSim model we're using. It's limited to 132 and actually we're only 118. So we should be good fuel-wise. Oh man, this weather is something. I love it. Okay, I'll put the flight plan there. Progress would at least put a return to the field, so we'll have bearing and distance at all time. Might be time to start the APU, so let's do that real quick. 1, 2, 3, go. Start the chrono, and we'll figure out when we can put the APU bleed. Wonder if the cabin's getting hot, which is a little, yeah, doubt. It's 10 degrees outside and the cockpit is supposedly at 35 degrees C. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, we're still boarding and can hear the passengers in the back. Now we just finished boarding according to the little thing we got. We'll close that. It's a little too early to disconnect the GPU, but it's the perfect time to do our performance calculation. And send the uplink. Let's see if we got that. Yes, we did. Wonderful. Okay. Well, we're just about ready to go. I'll keep it on this page. And put the departure to Mari 7 Lima, which is almost straight out. I mean, it's runway heading, then a little left turn on 115 degree, following the coast. Cool. Okay, hopefully we'll disconnect the GPU, but we will certainly disconnect our side first, and we can do that real quick, please. Come on, squawk all code. Cockpit parade have been completed, gear pins and covers are removed, signs will come both on. ADIRS, let's do a quick check. We are nav mode, no drift, that's perfect. Fuel quantity with 6.3 tons, and it's finally balanced. Takeoff data are set. BRF, yeah, that's one thing we didn't get, trying to get the ADIRS. I wonder if I can actually get it through ATSU. Request whoever, oh, no, not the whoever, just the ADIS. But I doubt it's gonna give me the correct time. See what we get at least. If not, we're gonna use the airport elevation, because it's not 240. I think it's closer to sea level. Okay, received message. Here is the ADIS. Why don't we print that? And preliminary and final. Those should have been 121, but that's all good. Okay, so this ADIS. Formation Oscar. Yeah, it does say December 23rd, so that's actually today. Although the weather is probably still bad. Broken 400, broken 800, broken 1200. Temperature 10. Okay, maybe it is the 8 is. What does 1005 look like in terms of the field? Yeah, 20 feet. So that might be correct. Okay, well let's so QNH 10 size and barrel F set 3 times. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon is on. Thrust levers are idle. Parking brake is on for now. Let's get GSX engaged and then we'll call so that we're ready to go. We're gonna require prepare for pushback and departure. No, oh yeah, we still don't know, but it's gonna be no's, right? Alright, well, we haven't been cleared. Didn't know you guys were that ready. Montpellier ground, easy 4 Charlie Tango, stand Delta 6, looking for push and start, please.
Easy 4 Charlie Tango, push and start approved. Face north.
Push and start approved, facing north. Easy 4 Charlie Tango. So that is indeed... That was right. All engines clear, alright. We need bleed.
Awaiting further instructions.
Okay. I don't know what he heard that he thought required him to say something, but alright, so let's go status. Start on ignition. Let's start engine number 2 and we can start the clock for pushback time. Or block off.
Tango, departing from Montpellier Mediterranean Airport and heading to Bastia Paretta Airport.
So, as you might have picked up from our clearance, our destination today is Bastia. It should be a relatively short, less than an hour, 56-minute flight, although we haven't entered an arrival into Bastia yet. Let me monitor the start here. Bleed valve is open into spinning. We got fuel flow and EGT rising. Bleed valve closed. All good.
Larger devices like laptops should be securely stowed during takeoff.
I'm curious to see what's going to be on the weather radar. Oh man, that weather, it wasn't as bad yesterday, so I wonder if I'm not exactly at the same time. Try to guesstimate it based on actually our arrival time, so maybe I backtrack a little more. Wind back the clock. Where are we going? Alright, well, we have a good start on number 2. We'll start number 1. Alright, we're still on the pavement. That's good to know. Pushing us in a taxiway here. Alright, she stopped, so we should be good soon. Parking reset. You're clear to disconnect. So for now, we still have the nose wheel steering disconnected. I'll remove the pin. That
crew
Should see that
immediately.
message go
If
away.
any electronic device becomes unusually warm, emits smoke, or shows signs of damage, please inform a member of the crew immediately. For your reference, the safety information
Eventually.
card contains all
Alright,
details.
engine
Thank
is
you for
coming
your
to
attention.
life, so it looks like a
Have
good
pleasant
start.
flight.
Or she did unlock it. Message is gone, so it's good. Good start on number 1, so we'll do our flow, bring that back to mode. Actually, I think I'm gonna keep it on ignition with the amount of water is coming from the sky. Arm the spoiler, just make sure the rudder trim is on 0. We have flaps 1. We're talking to ATC already. We're gonna go 0.5 up. I can wiggle the side stick to... Oh, thought it would go to flight control for me, but 0.5 is correct. Start the chrono for the one more time. Auto brake max, and we can turn on the APU. Thank you. I see the pin. That's good. Tug is going away. And now, for the moment of truth, let us put the weather radar on. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, let's get a little bit of a manual tilt going on here. Yeah. Well, there is definitely weather around here. Montpellier ground, easy for Charlie Tango, ready to taxi. Okay, I haven't looked at our taxi route. I don't think it will be too sophisticated.
Easy 4, Charlie Tango, runway 12 left, taxi via Mike, Tango 6.
Taxi via Mike, Tango 6 to runway 12 left, easy for Charlie Tango. Now the interesting thing is that Mike is behind us. So, you know what, we're gonna do a UE, I guess. Alright, taxi lights on, parking brakes are coming off. Let's do, it's not a super long taxi, so let's do our after start. NTI is not required right now. ECAM status is normal. Pitch trim has been set 0.5 up and cross checked, and rudder trim is 0. Let's do the flight control check. Full left, full right, full up, full down, and rudder left neutral. We're good. The flight controls have been checked. Flight instruments looks good. Briefing, we've done a short brief. Flap setting, we are config 1. Perfect. V1 120, VR 132, V2 135, flex temp 63. ADC is set, and ECAM memo is takeoff no blue. We'll do the below the line in a second. Okay, let's go. Parking brake is off. Yeah, let's see how the brake thrust is. I think it requires still a little too much thrust to get going, but hey, we are going. I'm gonna try to anticipate our tower frequency. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. SayIntentions is not gonna get mad at me. That's one of the benefits. But Mike was just behind us, so that's kind of the taxi we got pushed into. But I'll go and rejoin Tango at the next, which I think is Whiskey 2 or something like that. Okay, tower frequency is 118.2. Let's put that here. That's where I appreciate when I have a first officer manning the radio. Oh boy. Nice weather we're having. I think I have flight attendant. Yes, the other key was the, whoops. Let's keep the heads on. Alright, Whiskey 2, Tango 6 is to our left, so that is what we expected. And runway 12 left is in front of us. It seems like the signs are more readable in 2024. What might be my settings slightly different. I had the additional, you know, taxi sign mod that supposedly improved them in 2020, but never sure if it was really improving. There's a Transavia and a default A320 Neo. There's a few planes parked there. I don't know if it's part of the scenery. Actually, oh man, it's getting redder and redder on the radar. I can check. Traffic is, yeah, so these are default.
Easy 4 Charlie Tango, contact tower on 118.2. Take care.
Over to tower 118.2. Thank you, Easy 4 Charlie Tango. Alright, before I call him, make sure I had the 120. What was the departure frequency? 127.28. 127.28, because it's gonna get busy.
Easy 4 Charlie Tango, Montpellier Tower, roger.
So, am I talking to him? Montpellier Tower, Easy 4 Charlie Tango, approaching runway 12 left on Tango 6. Okay, let's do the before takeoff checklist. Below the line, cabin crew has been advised engine mode selector is actually on ignition this time, and packs are on. I don't know if he heard me or if he's waiting for me to be closer. We'll see. Okay, the weather radar looked worse, but started to rain a little less. Montpellier Tower, Easy 4 Charlie Tango, ready for departure, runway 12 left. No traffic that I can see. Oh, there is a flight.
No delay. Airbus A320 on a 5-mile final runway, 12 left. Wind 040 at 11, cleared for takeoff.
I don't see it. I have the TCAS on. Clear for immediate takeoff, runway 12 left, Easy 4 Charlie Tango. Alright, being clear. Certainly can't see anything, but I didn't see anything on TCAS. I guess I jinxed it by saying that there was nothing. Alright, we had passed the warm-up time. Let's start the takeoff chrono on my side at least. Lining up, 12 left on the pavement. And we are good to go. 50%. Alpha stick down. Stable. Manflex 63 SRS. Auto thrust is blue. Knots checked. P1. Rotate. Yeah, it's still weather vane a little too much, but at least it wasn't kind of drifting in 2020 positive rate gear up. When I get to 80 knots, between 80 and 100, 120 knots, the rudder gets overly sensitive and it gets a little squirrely. Alright, we are in the air. Over to departure 127.28, easy for Charlie Tango. Alright, lever climb, let's take care of that first. We still have positive speed trend, so that's good.
Easy for Charlie Tango, say again.
I think he hear me, I'm not sure why. Montpellier departure, easy for Charlie Tango, passing 2,400 for 4,000. In the soup.
Easy for Charlie Tango, Montpellier approach, identified, climb 4,000.
Climb 4,000, easy for Charlie Tango. Alright, here's our little hook to the left. Approaching F speed. Yeah, and 4,000. Okay. Live is good. Alright, flaps up, speed check, flaps up. And we're leveling off. I think yesterday I had to ask him to go higher.
Easy for Charlie Tango,
just in
climb
time.
flight level 220.
Climb flight level 220, easy for Charlie Tango. Alright, 220. Now there is a constraint I think on the departure. Oh, not here, no altitude constraint. So alright, we're good to 220. Try not to bust the 250 too much. The nose a little bit higher than the flight director. And
Easy for Charlie Tango, contact Marseille control on 128.85.
Marseille control on 128.85, easy for Charlie Tango. So let me put the autopilot on. Let me go standard on all three. 128.85 for Marseille control. Single pilot operation. 1 point in time. We'll do the after the takeoff checklist. Marseille control, bonjour, easy for Charlie Tango, passing flight level 76 for flight level 220. Alright, after takeoff, landing gear is up, flaps are retracted, packs are on, and we are already on standard, so we're good. Turn these lights off, make sure spoilers are disarmed, and off we go. So we are in the soup. One thing I noticed yesterday during our flight is that the sky in general looked more realistic. There was more variety in the cloud. Okay, we passed 10,000. We're sure gonna keep the seatbelt sign on, but alright. Also, there was more differentiation between like an area where the sun was still, or at least the sky was blue, and it seemed a little nicer, and then in the other side it was really dark and menacing. Layers were also, well, there were more layers.
Easy for Charlie Tango, Marseille control.
Okay, I never looked at
level
this,
280.
if there was traffic or not, but we'll double check that in a sec. Climb flight level 280, easy for Charlie Tango. Alright, 280, here we go. So we're on climb, alt blue, flight level 280. On the Mary. Orland departure. So the guy behind us might have landed already. Yeah, I can't. I don't know for sure if there was some traffic. Okay. Well, so far so good. This is not gonna be too much of a sightseeing tour because I don't think we'll see much of the coast. We're basically heading southeast. We're already over the sea, which I don't know. Yeah, at least here you can. I know on the terrain for the Airbus you don't see lakes and things like that, but here, because it's kind of sea level, the Mediterranean Sea being connected to the Atlantic Ocean. We are indeed over the water. We'll be passing Marseille on our left, and then Nice, which is our alternate. Let's see if we can see some airports. Well. Looking at the weather radar, it seems like we are headed to the worst of it. Now, once again, the weather image is generated by Activesky. I did roll back the time to match the time in the sim, but it is not controlling the weather in flight sim, so it's not gonna match. Once again, it's mostly coming from my desire to see something on the weather radar when we are flying in these conditions. I know you can't see it, but we had a little break through the clouds on our right side, and it looked really nice. Maybe I'll ask ATC if we can deviate for weather. On our side, control easy for Charlie Tango. It looks like that after our turn at Salin, we'll be headed for some of the nastiest weather around here. Any chance we can deviate maybe 10 nautical miles, either left or right, of course?
Easy 4, Charlie Tango. Deviation approved 10 miles left or right after Saline. Advise if deviating.
Yes, we will be deviating 10 miles to the left after Salin. Easy for Charlie Tango, thank you. No. Offset. Does that work? I saw somebody saying it wasn't entry out of range. 10 left? No. Well, we might have to do it manually. And left. Okay, so it only wants to... can do 9, but I can't do 10. Oh no, it's taking 10? Alright, I like this. Okay, we're going. Look at that. Once again, this is more for kind of my own satisfaction, learning about what the ATC can do, making sure I know how to deviate and do an offset in the plane. It will probably not match the weather specifically in that area, but I like the picture. It's just going around. It's probably still a little too close, and depending on the wind, that's a bad idea. I should have asked right, because if you look at the wind, it's blowing to our left, so I'm going downwind of that little weather system, so I'm sure people will have a lot of comments, which I'll make sure to read, and that's how I learn more and improve. Okay, we're approaching 280, and once again we're kind of cloud surfing, which is pretty actually. Yeah, I think definitely the clouds look better in 2024. Probably not saying anything that anyone hasn't experienced yet. We're kind of late to the party. It's about to get we're about to get to the new year into 2026, so it's never too late, I guess. The sim was working nicely in 2020, and I really didn't want to deal with a lot of the issues I was reading or hearing about from others. We do have traffic, so why don't we turn our handy dandy ATSA on so a better depiction. Alright, so the weather is below us now, seems like it. Yeah, that's one thing I like with Activesky is that you can use the tilts, you can also use the gain, I think. You want to make the weather more menacing, you can increase the gain. Alright, we're 280. If you don't like what you see, just turn off the weather radar, right? Okay. We'll go back to automatic tilt. Alright, we're going around this weather. I like it. So we end up going north of Marseille. Nice is a little further. Yeah.
Swiss 5 Charlie
80
Yankee,
miles.
direct Moulat. Cleared for the
So right now,
0330 approach until established.
Descending to 3500 clear.
Marseille would be a good
approach, Swiss 5 Charlie
option
Yankee.
if we had an issue. See if we can get direct Nasik, maybe. We'll do the turn first. I'll say control easy for Charlie Tango. We're past the worst of the weather, so we could take direct Nasik if possible.
Clear direct Nasik.
Clear direct Nasik, easy for Charlie Tango. Perfect. Let's go. There we go.
Charlie Tango. Say again.
I don't know. My push to talk is not set up properly. Alright. Well, the weather does match okay. I mean, the worst of the dark clouds is behind us now. Trailing that aircraft. Traffic, is that another EasyJet? Select traffic, yes. EasyJet 35 Hotel November. I see. On a real world app, although it was yesterday, but still. Do it on flight aware, or could have used flight radar 24. So EasyJet 35 Hotel November. Is a regular scheduled flight between Bordeaux and Rome, Fiumicino. So that would make sense. That would be around here. Very nice. And it's an A320. I don't think we see that on here now. We see the wake turbulence category, so medium. Wonderful. Well, once again, welcome on board. Flight easy for Charlie Tango between Montpellier and Bastia. We left the nasty weather in and around Montpellier behind us. We're now between Marseille and Nice. Following, well, we are not over the sea anymore, so we're cutting a little bit. over the south of France, Provence, before we start then crossing roughly from Nice to the northern tip of Corsica. Then we'll head south to reach our destination. Was it Bastia? Oh, yeah, that sunset over there looks good. Oh, and I can see lightning. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have the shortcut yet, so we'll have external really quick. Sure, there's some default binding. There we go. So, yeah, I like the colors of the sky. There's some lightning down there in some of those clouds. Very pretty, very pretty.
RGV 1032, direct Airbus. Clear for the ILS runway 35 right approach until established.
Yeah, there you go.
Down 7,000 clear for the ILS 35
A little bit of lighting.
1032.
Once again, I'm not sure. I know you can't see it, but the way to go on my radar display. Weather radar, bring the tilt back down. Well, it does display it mostly to my right, so
Marcel Control, Ryanair 37 Hotel Mike, flight level 330.
I'll go with it. Make believe.
Ryanair 61, Bravo Delta, direct Lipso, cleared for the Arnav Zulu, runway 13 left approach until established. Sending to 7,000 cleared for the Arnav Zulu, 13 left approach, Ryanair 61, Bravo Delta. Ryanair 61, Bravo Delta, contact Provence Tower on 123.725. Provence Tower on 123.725, Ryanair 61, Bravo Delta.
Okay, we are back in the plane. I was taking a few pictures here and there. Document our adventures. So we passed, certainly we're above the weather, which is great. "30 miles from Nice, or alternate. Probably good time to start thinking about arrival into Bastia. Well, let's see what the weather down there is doing. Let's request the ATIS LFKB. From the corner of my eye I can see some more lightning. Like the arrival ATIS. I don't think that really matters, but let's see. Receive message. Here is our new ATIS. Let's print that because we love our printer. Okay, Bastia, Porretta Airport, information November at 15:30 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 16, wind 095 at 13, gusting 24, visibility 10, sky condition few at 1400, scatter at 3300, broken at 45. So let me check if that is the current weather or if I guess if I had connected it to Activesky, I would get, I don't know if it provides the ATIS. So actually that's an interesting question. If I request simply the weather, see what we get then. Although that might be just from like an internet source. I'm not sure if anything is directly tied to Activesky. 23 at 1600, so this is really 1530. Well, at least it's rain, but that's the weather right now in real time. So I don't think any of that information is necessarily correct. Yeah, few at 2000, scatter 4200. Here I have scattered 3300, broken 45. Temperature 13, dew point 10. Pressure 1. Who knows? 1005. Well, I'm gonna go on a limb here and assume that the ATIS actually, because that I know is from SayIntentions. So hopefully we're syncing to the sim time. So we're gonna use 1005 as our QNH, which is the same as our departure from Montpellier. Yeah, I was about to do that. Enter destination data 1005, temperature of 13, and the wind 0905 at 13. Gusting 24. Lovely. So due to the terrain, our options are somewhat limited for the approach. There's an RNAV approach, which is still a little offset from the runway. That was part of the challenge. With better visibility, you can make that left turn a little earlier from Capco, RNAV, runway 16. And assuming that's the approach we get, but there's not too many different options there, the minimum for category C would be 520 feet. And yes, there was one of these approaches where we had the ground for a while, a visual. We didn't realize it was starting to get dark. We didn't realize that there is dark clouds closer to the airport. We got the runway inside, but then as we were descending, and it's a slightly steeper angle, is 3.15 degree, not a big difference, but down from 2500 to the runway threshold is 13. But because there's terrain to, well, what would be the right, to the west when you are headed for runway 16, come at an angle from Capco, but then even after that, what's the heading? 174 is the heading of the final segment of the RNAV, and the runway heading is 160. The one thing that helped, it is getting dark clouds over here. Does the Activesky weather radar think about that? Nothing special, I guess. Well, if it's not raining, there's no rain, snow, sleet, we wouldn't get a return. Yeah, one thing that helped on our second approach is that we create an extended center line from LFKB runway 16, and so that would be the 020 radial. No. That would be the 340 radial. And so for our arrival, the ILS the other way, but our nav is pretty much the only thing here. We were on the, the nerdy 1 Victor. There we go. Via Capco. Yeah, that's all good. Boom. Then the box, but because we were already headed to Nerdo, we're gonna have to go heading mode first, then we can enter it, and then we can go back to nav. Nerdo, Vier is the turn to the south. Yeah, you can see the angle. I mean, the dash blue line is the extended runway center line. And the way I did that, I created a fix, which is at the end of the runway. So LFKB threshold 16, and then the runway heading is 160. In this case, it matches a runway number. But ideally you would want to check on the chart whatever the correct heading. Don't just assume you can multiply by 10. And put the opposite radial.
Here, the 1 Victor into Bastia. At your discretion, descend flight level 200.
We'll clear the Nerda 1 Victor arrival into Bastia and will descend to flight level 200 at pilot discretion, easy for Charlie Tango. Alright, so I think we were trying to get to Capco at 5,000. Let me see, Capco 5,000, yes, so maybe Aliso at 5 would be a good just reference. So I'll create another fix which uses Aliso, which is the waypoint before Capco. Capco is a hard 5,000, so why don't we try to be at least at 5,000. We're at 28,000, that's a 23,000 feet difference. 23 times 3 is 69, let's call that 70. 75 radius. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Cross-check. Distant altitude 5,000 feet on a QNH of 1006, CZ4 Charlie Tango. So now he's sending us all the way to 5. Which is what he did yesterday. I'm not sure why. Already cleared that low, but works for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Bastia Poretta Airport. At this time, we kindly ask everyone to return to your seats, stow your tray tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Please note that the use of the lavatories is no longer.
Okay, so we're inbound Nerdo, which is at or below flight level 240. Can clear at least, so no need to keep that. Okay, we're meeting our descent profile calculated by the aircraft. Right now it's showing us a little past at least, so at 5,000. What if we were to go open descent?
Radar contact.
Now it's the same at thrust idle, but
Descend altitude 3,000 feet.
It wants us at 3 now. It's gonna take us a while. Descend altitude 3,000 feet, easy for Charlie Tango. But I'm glad we're already clear that low. We're about to enter the cloud. Put the engine into I. I've kept the ignition on. I don't think that's necessarily needed. We got a company message. Busy. Telex for gate apron Alpha 6. So I guess we can go ahead and put that in GSX already. We could do it from the moving map, or be a little less disruptive. Fix Alpha, boom, and we're gonna have, there's no EasyJet. Free air, that's fine. Well, those clouds are dark. Yeah, I like the combination of the sky kind of getting darker because it's the end of the day, getting into the night. Keep an eye on that traffic. Wonder if SayIntentions is gonna say anything about it. There is a little bit of traffic around here. If I show you the map here. You can see
traffic,
right now.
Traffic.
Well, yeah. You know what? We're gonna level off here for now. Although there's still guys gonna pass in front of us. Marseille control. We got a traffic warning, somewhere leveling off at our current altitude. So where's that guy going and turning?
Easy Charlie Tango, traffic not a factor. Maintain 3,000 feet.
Oh, not a factor? Okay. Continue descent to 3,000 feet, easy for Charlie Tango. Alright, not a factor. Well, I got a traffic warning, you know? Not sure what that traffic is doing. Okay, now it disappeared apparently. We'll see. ATC is like, traffic not a factor. Boom! Blasted that guy away. Okay, so we can see the northern tip of Corsica in front of us, the light on the coast. You can see a little more and closer on the right side here. How is our descent? Yeah, 3,000. So basically he released us from at least the altitude constraint. Capco is at or above 5,000.
Easy 4, Charlie Tango, contact Marseille. Control on 130, decimal 9055.
1309055 for Marseille control, easy for Charlie Tango. 130
Easy 4, Charlie Tango,
9055.
Roger, contact Bastia. Departure on 121 decimal.
Well, hold on. You told me Marseille control first. Marseille control, easy for Charlie Tango, seeing flight level 1804, 3000.
Easy 4, Charlie Tango, Marseille control identified. Good evening.
Yeah, we're probably not gonna talk to him very long. That's okay. You can see why we have to go around the terrain there. Just cross the northern tip of Corsica and then take a right, come back toward the coast, hopefully then line up with runway 16. Then there's some more weather. Sure looks like. Okay, I don't see anything. The weather radar.
Easy 4, Charlie Tango, Marseille control, contact Bastia,
There we
approach
go.
on 123.825.
123.825. Bastia approach on 123.825. Easy for Charlie Tango. Bastia approach, easy for Charlie Tango, bonsoir. Descending past flight level 146 for 3000.
Easy for Charlie Tango. Bastia approach identified. Good evening, cleared Capco transition. Expect the RNAV runway 16 approach into Bastia.
Clear a Capco transition and we'll expect the RNAV runway 16 approach into Bastia. Easy for Charlie Tango. Okay, so for now we're still headed to Aliso and then do the turn to
Charlie
Capco.
Tango, expect the near the 1 Victor arrival Capco transition RNAV
Yes,
runway
yes,
16
yes, yes,
approach.
yes. That's what we are. Thank you. We are on the nerdy 1 Victor arrival and we'll use the Capco transition. Easy for Charlie Tango. There's no other transition. Yeah, sometimes you get in these loops.
Expect RNAV runway 16 approach.
And we're expecting the RNAV runway 16 approach. Easy for Charlie Tango. Alright, good. We have everything confirmed. Twice. And is there traffic coming into Bastia? Traffic not a factor. ATC deleted. Alright, we're approaching 11,000, so we'll put our lights on as the peeps to go back and sit down. And we need to slow down.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Lisa speaking. The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign, so we kindly ask you to return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you for your cooperation.
That guy's higher. Might be going to... Well, is he climbing? I'm not sure. Alright, we're approaching 10,000, slowing down to 250. We need to get down a little faster here. We are open descent. A little bit of the spoiler. Is that just a departure out of Bastia? Looks like it. Although, I don't know if it would have gained some
Aero Italia 833. Juliette contact Marseille control on 130.955.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach.
Okay.
At this time, we kindly ask you to
Yeah.
turn off all
There
electronic
is
devices
weather.
until we arrive at the gate.
So we can still see the island there and the lights.
Seats are in the full upright
We're gonna slow down to 220. Yay! The sky is lighting up. Well, folks, this is what I signed up for, so can't complain. Wish me luck. Okay, we'll do our approach checklist. Pay particular attention to the missed approach procedure. Okay, so briefing, we are expecting our RNAV runway 16, which is offset. It will come at a 15-degree angle. We'll have to do a left turn visual for runway 16 in case of misapproach. We're gonna climb straight ahead, then initiate a left turn at KB 610, and it's climbing to 5,000 feet. So we'll make sure we have that in the box. So briefing has been completed. ECAM status is hopefully still normal. At least we have a good plane. Perfect working order. Seatbelts are on. Ref, we can go 1005 all 3, 7600 cross checked. MDAD has been set to, I thought I had set it. Did I change something? Double check, it's 520. It is category C. Engine mode selector. We're gonna go with ignition if we go through this nasty weather. Alright, we're turning at Aliso. And we've slowed down to 220. Good. I want to stay ahead of the plane here. So we're headed to Capco, which is at or above 5,000, but technically we'll be... Oh, we can see. One thing I noticed with the...
Descend altitude 2500 feet.
Down to 2,500 feet, easy for Charlie Tango. The lighting really illuminate everything super bright when it's closed. Like the water turns light blue, the vegetation on the isle is green, island on the green, or even light green. This is like the ultimate flashlight. Okay, approaching Capco, which is then our transition to the RNAV. For now, we're gonna turn our heading at 204. We're descending 25. We're still in the open descent. That's all good. We should reach it. So there's no side. We'll be clear for the RNAV. Get everybody in their seat. And we have a light show. I can see the coast up to my 2 o'clock, and then it's dark.
Runway 16 approach via Capco.
Clear RNAV approach runway 16 via Capco. Easy for Charlie Tango. We already passed Capco, so yes, good. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I think this is slightly worse than what we experienced yesterday. I'll ask my First Officer JDUB from his recollection what he thinks. Oh man, this is blinding me. This is so cool. Okay, so we're descending 2,500 at IKB 16. I'd like to start slowing down because we're level. It's amazing how slightly more than 3-degree descent path can make it even more slippery. Oh my goodness. Maybe this time I'll have to go back to Nice.
Contact Bastia Tower on 118.0 when established.
Bastia Tower 118.0 when established. Easy for Charlie Tango. Okay, 2,500. Let's activate the approach phase. Speed is managed. Whoa, gee. It's getting bumpy. Alright, flaps 1. Let's slow down. On the approach, app nav final is blue. Bastia Tower, easy 4 Charlie Tango on the RNAV approach runway 16.
Easy 4 Charlie Tango, Bastia Tower, Roger, continue approach, RNAV runway 16.
Continue approach, easy 4 Charlie Tango. Okay.
Easy 4 Charlie Tango, Roger.
Good. You know what? We're gonna slow down a little more as we capture the final path. Okay, speed, final approach. Let's go flaps 2, spoiler, and
Easy
gear
4
down.
Charlie Tango, wind 090 at 13, gusting 24.
Gusting,
Runway
gusting
16,
24.
cleared to land.
Runway 16, clear to land. Wish us luck. Easy 4 Charlie Tango. That shows the confidence. We're clear to land. Flaps 3. Okay, the weather radar doesn't seem to give me much, so we have entered the rain. So maybe we'll use the terrain on my side.
2000.
And we still have 30 knots on the nose. That's why the speed, although I'm flaps 3 already, we're not going down to F speed because our approach speed is 135, so you can see it's keeping our ground speed around that value at 136, which requires an airspeed of 150, but that's ground speed mini at work. Oh yeah, beautiful weather. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. At least the temperature is 12 degrees. Alright, let's go flaps full. I don't know. Okay, I can see the ground, and that's what's a little tricky, is like natural tendency when I was able to see the ground to instinctively pull up at night. Okay. I'm not sure we're gonna see anything. I mean, we still have a little bit to go, but holy guacamole. Okay, I see some, I see a runway.
1000.
Okay. Okay, I still have visual. Okay, autopilot disconnected. We're gonna do a little right and a little left, and the wind is coming from the left, so don't overshoot it, especially with the terrain on that side. Still 2 white, 2 red. Okay, here's
100
the fun
above.
part. How much crab angle will we need? Alright, here's the instinctive. Yeah, I knew I put the nose up.
Minimum.
Continue. And of course it's on my right side, so I have a hard time. Okay, we're high. Yeah. Why am I instinctively bringing the nose up at night? That's... It's tricky with the pillar. Okay, now I'm a little aggressive there, but it's Captain Aggressive for you. Info Passive is not here today.
200.
Alright, we need to go down. Okay, the wind
100.
died. Oh, he's more headwind. Okay.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Ah.
5.
Definitely not in the touchdown zone, but you know, who's judging? I mean, we're on the runway. We're not too far from the center line. We're stopping on the runway. I'll call that a success. Alright, manual braking. Oh man, this wind is pumping. and the weather. Okay, here we are. Welcome to beautiful Bastia. Okay, flight director. Do some cleanup here. Ground on 121.83, easy for Charlie Tango.
Know that Bastia is known for its
121.83.
stunning coastline and rich history,
Alright,
making it a
let's
popular
vacate the
destination for
runway.
travelers? Thank you for flying with EasyJet. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking.
And in the heat of the battle, I didn't do the
First Officer JDUB,
for landing
higher
checklist.
crew, we wish you a wonderful stay here. The local time is 6:15 in the evening. For
Alright.
those with upcoming connections, please note the following. Flight EasyY 323 to Nice.
Well, it was kind of similar to
and Flight EasyY
my second approach yesterday. Maybe slightly better, you would think, on the third attempt. Okay, where are we here? Bastia or easy for Charlie, Bastia ground, correction. Easy for Charlie Tango, taxi to gate. Alright.
Easy 4 Charlie Tango, Bastia ground, taxi to apron, at gate 6, via Golf, Alpha. Good day.
Taxi to gate 6 on the apron via Golf Alpha, easy for Charlie Tango. Oh my goodness. Alright, after landing, flaps have been retracted, spoilers are disarmed. APU is started, radar off and predictive wind shear is off. Alright. Let's see if we can get out of here. Yeah, there's an option to change the ground friction in the MCDU. Unfortunately, it's not persistent, so you have to change it every time. If it gets really, really bad, I shouldn't need 43%. Alright. Here we are. Bastia in December. Okay, we're on Golf. Then we'll join Alpha. Gate 6. It's probably best to just zoom in. Yeah, for 4, for 5. Well, even without my usual traffic libraries, we get some model matching. Okay, this is Alpha 1, so luckily we have some ground marking. Alpha 2. Well, Alpha 6 is not busy. What we were given, right? Yeah. 3. Air Corsica. Volatea. Yeah, that makes sense. Might be a fun company to fly with in Pilot's Life. Air Corsica. Okay, so we'll slot in between these two guys. At Alpha 6 on our left here. Not important enough to get a gate, I guess. Don't stop in the turn, please. Well, we did. Despite my best efforts. Okay, it's more than 3 minutes, so engine cool down time is all good. Yeah, the ground friction here is a little too much, unless my brakes are still... What are the brakes now? Oh, I didn't install a GSX profile for Bastia, but that's why tug is in the bus. Gee, this is painfully slow. I mean, safety first, and I bet the marshal, yeah, is still gonna tell me to slow down. We're doing 3 knots, dude. Okay, yeah, I'm coming your way. Ah, gee. I wonder if it's the ground type that is... I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and of course it accelerates when I need to. Did I stop too early? Oh my goodness. I'll give you 20 centimeter. Right here. Thank you. Engine can't come off. Beacon off. Lights off. Because of an APU bleed here. And say we deboard. Request deboarding. Well, that was a nice flight. Very similar to what we experienced yesterday. So I'm glad I was still within the 24-hour window from Flight Simulator 2024 and got the weather. The weather radar was kind of okay, or was actually pretty good out of Montpellier. We weren't getting any return. Let me try again here. We weren't getting any return around here, which seems a little off with all this rain. But I still think it's worth having active sky just
Passengers bus is coming.
paint a picture from time to time that has some returns, even if it doesn't match. Okay, passenger bus is coming. I think we're done for the day. Thank you for joining us. I'll continue to adjust some of the setting, link and convert some of my sceneries to 2024. But from what I've seen so far, it's very promising. I will probably transition over time in the next month or two. I don't see many reasons to stay with 2020. Stability would be one, but we'll see. Time will tell. So thanks again for joining. Hope you enjoyed the flight. I hope to see you in a future video. See you in the next one.